the goal is to have the blanket look like this. And so I have folded edges on one side and the open edges on the other side. And this is about the length. And I guess if you were really tall, you might fold it differently, but it's about the length of my spine. Okay. And so then you might like to have a pillow also for your head. But how I'm making this shape is I'm taking a full blanket and then I'm folding it the hamburger way first. So not the long way, creating more of a square. And then I'm folding it again the hamburger way. So my fringy edges, the two ends of the blanket, are always together. Now, if you were really tall, you could fold it the hot dog way from here, right? Keep going, but I'm going to flip it again. And this is where I'm going to fold it 3 or 4 times. So because mine has stripes, this is a yoga blanket, I'm going to kind of go with the stripes. So at the blue stripe, I'm going to fold. And then again. And then again. And it's okay if it's not perfect, but you should end up with this nice kind of spinal support looking folded blanket. And like I said in the beginning, one side, all the edges will be folded, and on the other side, they'll all be whatever you want to call that, loose. And we always bring the folded edges to the body. So you can place this on your mat so that the folded edges are where your seat would be and the loose edges are up by your head. And then take a pillow in case you might need it and place it up where your head will be. We're not going to use it quite yet, but just have it on your mat. You can sit on the other part of your mat for now. Hi, Gigi, welcome. Okay, so Gigi, have a folded blanket available to you. Yeah, and a pillow. And you never know, maybe a strap. Okay, I'm going to mute us all. I'm going to sit up next to you here, but you can be on your mat wherever is comfortable. And let's center ourselves. So maybe folding the legs, maybe elevating the sitting bones on a cushion. And let your palms of your hands just face down on your knee, thigh area. Let your eyelids close and let your spine find that perfect spot where you're not leaning forward or back. You're right at center. Let your lips close, but your teeth gently separate. And the dome of the mouth rises. Relax all the muscles on the face. And imagine that the center of your forehead is relaxing and spreading open. So all of the skin on the center of the forehead is spreading open towards the temples. Become aware of what the mind might be thinking about. No judgment, just noticing, checking in. And let's very slightly deepen the breath. So, not too much effort. Just notice that as you naturally inhale, you might be able to inhale a little bit more on the top. And then as you naturally exhale, you might be able to exhale out a little bit more at the bottom. You're just lengthening your breath. It might take a minute to find a comfortable breath or a comfortable rhythm. And as you search and play for that comfortable, smooth breath, you can contract the throat slightly so that you have a little bit more control over the speed of your breath, the quality. And check in with the mind once more. Is it the same? Is it thinking about something different? Is it having any moments of pause? Just noticing. And we'll bring the left hand into Gyan Mudra, letting it rest on the knee with the palm facing up. And bringing the right hand up by the face, you can bend the first two fingers, pointer and middle, into Vishnu Mudra, a mudra of longevity. And we'll use the thumb to close off the right nostril and the ring finger to close off the left, or any finger if necessary. So let's gently close the right and inhale smoothly through the left. At the top of your inhale, switch and exhale down the right. Inhale right. Top of the inhale, switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Top of the inhale, switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Top of the inhale, switch. Keep going. The only time you switch is at the top of the inhale. This breath, called Nadi Shodhana, is one of the most powerful practices in yoga, but its effects are very subtle, quiet. And the next time that you exhale through the left nostril, you can release the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And let's come lying down into our restorative fish pose. So bringing the edge of your blanket right up to your sacrum so that they're touching. Let your legs release out long. And then lay your spine down on the blanket. If you want a pillow, you can use one. If not, you can always take your hands underneath the blanket where your neck is and just push the blanket a little bit into your neck. So it just creates a little bit more support for your neck. And then let your shoulders relax down and the hands face up on either side of you, and you're opening the heart. And so in this particular pose, we're relaxing. And the more that you can let go here, the more that it will work. Again, you can imagine all of the skin on the forehead relaxing and opening from the center all the way to the temples. And taking a few deeper breaths here. Really allow your heart to expand on your inhale. And then let your breath return a little bit closer to normal. And coming into your Ujjayi breath, contracting the throat so you can hear your breath. And let's start to circulate the intention of ahimsa, loving kindness, non-harming. Bringing the palms together at heart center, this place that's been opening for the past few minutes. We set an intention throughout this practice today to be kind to the body, listening to this body, maybe taking yoga off the mat later today and creating some acts of kindness in our lives. Notice any ideas that might come forward immediately here. When this intention feels complete, you can inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretching tall. Interlace the fingers, turn them inside out as you reach the hands above the head and point the toes. And release. Walk your feet up towards the sitting bones. And let's roll to one side off of the blanket. Pressing into the hands to come up. And release your blanket off to the side of your mat for now. Let's come onto the hands and knees with the knees slightly wide and sink it back into child's pose, a little counter pose from fish. Start to send your breath into the places that are feeling the pose. Circulating loving kindness there. Circulating compassion. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, spread through the fingers. And exhale, glide your heart forward into tabletop and bring the knees together. Let's circle the hips. Let your body get looser. So really allow your shoulders to move. You can let your head move around. And slow the circle down. Reverse the direction. Good, and see if you can slow it down. The next time that you come forward, try to let your pelvis down as you press into the hands and lift the heart up. Glide the shoulders down the back. As you lift the heart, tuck the chin, gazing straight forward or even downward. You'll even feel the back of the neck or the sides of the neck gently flare like a cobra. Good, inhale to gaze up. Exhale, child's pose. See if you can sink a little bit more deeply. Let your third eye center touch the earth. Send your breath as low down as you can, reaching the belly, the sacrum. On your next inhale, gazing forward, spread through the fingers. Exhale, walk your hands as far as you can over to the left. And then really sink that right hip. You can even kind of shift that right hip to the right more and sink it down. And then let your head come down. You're opening this whole right side of your body. Ujjayi breath. Your Ujjayi breath helps to cleanse the areas that you're breathing into. Yoga is a process of purification, cleansing, so that we can release or clear out the pieces of ourselves that are not really who we are. Walk the hands through center, over to the other side, as far to the right as they'll comfortably go, and then really sink that left hip a little bit to the left and down. Good, and let the forehead relax. And as we cleanse the parts of ourselves that aren't our true identity, we get closer to that place within that is true. When you're ready, inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale one more time. Stretch those fingers as far forward as they'll go. Inch the sitting bones down towards the heels. Really plant the hands into the earth for a moment. Inhale to gaze forward, glide your heart forward, let your knees stay bent. Your feet come up as your pelvis comes down and the heart lifts. Full exhale, sink it all the way back. Knees are separated, so they're a little bit wide. Taking a few of these at your own pace, like you're rocking forward and rocking back. Coming into neutral tabletop. Wide fingers, knees are right underneath each hip. Pressing into the whole hand. Actually, let's inch our knees together so they're touching. Good, so your knees are centered so that as you reach your right foot back and up, your left knee is right underneath you at center. So we're gonna lift the right knee back and up on our inhale. And then as you exhale, round the back and try to draw the knee and the nose towards one another. You can really press into the hands to round the upper back too. Good, taking a few at your own pace. Inhaling, you're extending, getting long. And as you exhale, you draw in, contract. Notice what the mind might be doing now. Is it focusing on the movement or is it elsewhere? See if you can draw into this moment. Last one. Let the knee come down, tuck the toes, lift the hips up for downward dog, walk it out. See if you can spread the fingers even wider, press into the part of the hand that is between your thumb and pointer finger, that cushy spot. Big toes gently touch. Inhale, reach the right leg again, all the way up as high as it will go. And draw the knee and the nose towards each other. 2 more. And let it down. Child's pose, sink the hands back by the heels. Lift the head, gazing forward. Just stand on your shins for a moment and circle out the wrists. So we're doing a lot of natural wrist strengthening here. Good. Other way. So your knees are slightly separated. Now tuck your toes so your heels are a little bit lifted. Good. And bring your right fingertips to touch your right heel. And if that's not comfortable, bring your right hand to your sacrum. I should have showed you this one first. Okay, so either one, you're here or here. And all we're gonna do is lift that left arm up towards the sky. So a little back bend is happening. Good, and reach that left arm forward, coming out, take the other side, and each side might be different. So you might have the hand on the sacrum on one side, and on the other side, maybe you have the heel, doesn't matter. Reach it up. Bring that upper arm forward to come out. Last one, both hands come to the sacrum, elbows reach back. Try it here. And then if you want to try reaching one hand towards the heel, you can, or maybe both. The head can fall off the back, or the chin can stay tucked, gazing forward. If you have both hands on the heels, bring one hand to the sacrum, lean your sacrum forward to come up. Beautiful. Wide fingers, bringing them to the mat. Knees come together. Other side, left leg reaches back and up. You can even gaze up on your inhale. Exhale, draw it in, rounding. Knee and nose come towards each other. Let this be your last one. Both knees come down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Really press into the whole hand, especially that cushy spot between your pointer finger and thumb. Let's walk it out again. Good, everyone. You can also shrug your shoulders up towards your ears for a moment. And then relax them. Let the shoulders glide away from the ears, down the back. Stepping your big toes together. Inhale, lift that left leg all the way up to the sky, as high as it will go. It's okay if the hip opens to the side. And then draw the knee and the nose towards one another. 2 more. Doesn't matter what it looks like. When you're ready, let it down. Relax in any pose. Maybe child's pose one last time. One vertebrae at a time. Roll it up. Sitting on the sitting bones. Bringing the soles of the feet together with a big diamond shape, so a bunch of space in between the legs. Nice tall spine. Reach your left hand forward. Draw the pinky back as you draw your other fingers forward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, ring finger. Inhale, middle. Exhale, pointer. Keep going. We're going to do all the fingers. Both hands. When you've done all the fingers, interlace them in front of you. Turn them inside out. Reach them forward as you round the back, tuck the chin. Really press through the hands, spread through the hands. And begin to reach them up, lengthening your spine up. Reach up so high, a back bend happens. And flip the palms so they're facing down. Reach the arms out and down, shoulders relax. Palms face up. How quickly can you find that center point or just centeredness in the body, peacefulness? Even if it's just for a tiny fraction of a second. Notice the mind. Bring your hands to your shins and glide them all the way down to the ankles or feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine, reach your heart forward. Exhale, try to reach the heart forward as you fold. Your elbows can kind of squeeze in a little bit towards your body. Or another option is they can come on the outside of the shin and kind of press into the shin to help you lengthen forward more. Your choice. Eventually, let your whole head and neck relax. Let gravity take the head. Circulating compassion and kindness on your breath. Offering your body gratitude. slowly rolling up. Take your right leg out to the side as you bring your left heel towards the groin. Let your right hand face up as it glides down the inside of your right leg. And reach the left arm up and over. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Other side. Ride your inhale all the way up. Take your blanket and bring it back to where we first began so that your blanket is touching your sacrum. But the feet are together here. And then walk your hands back so that your spine can lay on the blanket. Again, you can take your hands and just assist the blanket to press into your neck. Just find what's comfortable. And then if your legs aren't comfortable in this position, you can always place a pillow underneath each knee or thigh, or let the legs be out long, coming back into fish. If the feet are together, this is called Supta Baddha Konasana. Either way, we're opening the heart center. Try to let your palms face upward towards the sky. You can let your eyelids close. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, let your breath go. And allow your breath to be normal, no effort. And I welcome you to invite the little pause that happens at the bottom of each exhale. Little natural pause. Once again, notice the mind. And as we stay here for another minute, I'd like you to just watch the mind as if you're listening with your ears and you're watching with eyes in the back of your head. And the eyes are pointing forward and they're watching this mind. And gently deepen your breath. And you can draw the knees a little bit up, walking the feet towards the sitting bones. And just roll to one side so that you can take the blanket out from underneath you. And draw your knees into the chest, maybe rocking them around. And just take this moment to let your body do anything that it wants before Shavasana. So we're about to relax fully. So any little movements or poses that I might be asking for, you can do now. When you are ready to come into Shavasana, you're welcome to place a little bit of extra weight on yourself today. So you might cover the body with a blanket, and then you might also place a folded blanket on top of you in some way that just creates a little bit of extra weight. Legs relax out long, separated. Arms rest by the sides, and you can tuck the shoulders in towards the spine and down so that the palms naturally face upward. It is said that when the palms face upward, All of the blessings of your practice pool in the hands. Take a couple deep breaths here. Compassion, loving kindness circulating. And then let the breath go. And allow those natural little pauses at the bottom of your exhale to exist. Allow the skin at the center of the forehead to gently relax and open, softening the temples. Invite the tip of the tongue to relax. Relaxing the heart. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the pelvis. Thighs. Knees. Lower legs. Feet. Tips of the toes. Tip of the tongue. continue to rest here on the back as we close out. And I'll sing you a blessing to seal our practice today. So feel free to stay on the back, or you can slowly make your way back to seated. Join in with me for 3 ohms, or just listen. Let's bring the palms together at the heart and inhale for om. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.